Secretary of State Hillary Clinton is joining me, and you very quickly tweeted, Madam Secretary, thank you for being with us on this day, your condolences not only to his family and friends and his staff, but to the people of Russia. You were sending a message.
I was, Christiane. You know, I've gotten to know Navalny's wife and daughter. I've gotten to work with a number of the people who have been around him, exposing corruption, putting together an opposition agenda to Putin. And it was so tragic to hear that he's been killed. And there's no doubt in my mind, and I know President Biden just made a statement based on the intelligence available to our government, that his death is a result of Putin's brutality. And it is a tragedy for Russia that someone who was willing to stand up and speak out and really represent a different future for Russia should be killed. And you probably have heard that he was actually on video yesterday from the prison doing some kind of a legal appearance. He looked healthy. He was his usual kind of confident, joke-cracking self. In fact, his wife and others who saw that video yesterday were quite reassured that he was okay, and then we get this terrible news today.
And I want to read what you chose of him to put out in your tweet. This is Alexey Navalny. Listen, I've got something very obvious to tell you. You're not allowed to give up. If they decide to kill me, it means that we are incredibly strong. You know, that was him kind of, a death foretold, and trying to tell his people, do not give up hope one way or the other. And you have had plenty of experience when you were Secretary of State with President Putin, with elections there, with the whole, attempt at some kind of democracy. What do you think this means today? I mean, what room is there in Russia anymore for that?
Well, I think it's important that those of us who believe in the human spirit and freedom and democracy, and who believe the Russian people deserve a lot better than they're getting under Putin and his cronies, take to heart what Navalny said in that quote that I used in responding to his death. Because, change doesn't happen easily, and it doesn't happen because we want it. It happens because year after year, strong people are willing to say, this is wrong, we deserve better. And honestly, I think what he is alluding to in that comment is it shows weakness. He went back to Russia. The film about him going back and Putin's first attempt to murder him by poison, and how he miraculously recovered thanks to German medical treatment, and we're here in Munich. This film, which if you haven't seen it, you should see it. It won the Academy Award. Shows a man who is truly, engaged at every level, every cell of his body, in trying to, stand up for what Russia could be. He knew when he went back he was going to be arrested. He was literally arrested at the airport. And I think it may not have been a death foretold, but an awareness of the risk he was taking. And this is a message also for people in Europe and in the United States particularly, who think that you can somehow make a deal with Putin, that you can let down your defenses when someone who's as brutal a dictator as he is intends only to dominate. And if that means killing your opposition, as he's done with so many people over so many years, or invading a peaceful neighbor and trying to bend it to his will, that's what he will do.